Wow, what a wonderful movie. Alive, a true life story. Imagine organ harvesting. Ha, that is terrible. There's a line I picked from that movie. It says, "It's not my fault that I'm cute. I'm God's gift to all women." Are you saying that to all women? I didn't hear that from you. Well, we have the producer in the house of that wonderful movie. Please join us as we welcome Dovi Gale. Blessing Celestina. Thank you so much for joining us. And you're looking beautiful.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
And you also acted on that.
You forgot in your introduction, tell them that she's my sister.
Oh, please, sorry, please.
I don't like bad belay in every Friday morning. Please.
My belay is not even bad. It's so sweet. Please permit me to introduce her as her sister, Lizzie's sister. In fact, they've been doing family meetings.
Please don't be jealous. Let's get started. It's so good to have you here. Thank you so much for coming around. Okay, so now let's get to know you, your background, and what led you into film production. I know in those days when you tell your parents you want to be an actor, they're like, ew, what's that? You're not serious. Your mates are becoming doctors, architects, lawyers. Why would you want to be an actress or actor? So what, did you even come across that at all? If yes, you tell us about that and they tell us your background.
Where do I start from the background?
Anyone you choose.
Anyone.
So my name is Dovi Celestina. I'm a Ghanaian. I'm an actor and also a producer. First off, I started off as an actor. I've always wanted to be an actor since childhood. And a couple of the, while growing up also, I've had a couple of experiences that also compelled me to have a strong desire to say, oh, I really want to pursue this career. Because filmmaking is not just entertaining people, it's also a way of educating people.
Cosmos, yes.
Yeah, I've had a lot of experience while growing up as a child. I grew up with my aunt, and I also grew up in an environment that wasn't so conducive. Okay. I was kind of a rape victim, so one of those experiences also pushed me further to say I want to, be in the faces of people. I also want to, impart life. So these were the major factors that contributed to me wanting to be a filmmaker, and that's it.
Okay, so how has the journey been?
Well, it's not been easy, I must say. I must confess, it's not been easy. I started off as an actor. First off, I started my career in Asaba as an actor. Over there, it's not that easy.
And she laughs.
There's a lot in that laughter.
Yeah. Sometimes you get to, you're good. It's not like you're not good, but the opportunity, it's not as good as it is right now. Because now as a producer, I want to give people that opportunity that I wasn't given in the industry. Like I give it in a platter of gold. But when I started off my career, it wasn't that easy. They weren't even ready to give you a platter of gold. They feel they are doing you a favor. So you have to pay for the favor. Either you pay monetary wise or you pay the other way around. When you're not ready to pay the other way around, just know you keep paying, giving money and all of that. And when I started off, I was almost discouraged. I had to leave Asaba. I came back to Abuja, and then that was where I met a friend that introduced me to one of his friends. That was how the friend too sent me an audition. I had to travel from Abuja to Osun for an audition. I went for the audition. I got the role, but when the director came from Lagos, he had his own people. He was like, no, that I should just wait and play extra. I had to use my own money. I stayed in a hotel just for an extra role.
That's the one they call Wakapas.
Wakapas, yes. Yes.
So that was how I started off in the industry. As time goes on, I worked with some few producers in Abuja as an extra, like Wakapas. And then again,
if you call it extra, you're hyping it. Just say Wakapas.
These days they hype it. Because every one of them started with Wakapas. Yes, everybody started.
So I now met Dr. Rhett Daminabo. He owns a film company called Axis. That was where I was also in school, so he now reached out to me that he was told I am passionate about this film thing. I should come into his office and act as an intern. And then I was in school. I was like, okay, it's a good idea. That was how I came in. I was also a writer, so I kind of have stories that I've written and all of that. So when he saw it, I was like, okay, fine. Why not just try and write a story, one or two stories, and let's just put it together. And that was how I wrote my first script, The Photographer, streaming on Netflix app. So I wrote it, and yeah, we produced it together. My role in actually is also a producer, and I scout for content from producers to put on the platform. That was how I fully started my film career.
Okay. So now let's look at production proper.
Okay.
As a producer, when you're given a script to produce, what and what do you look out for? What makes a story, what makes it thick for you?
Okay, first off, for me to jump on a project, the story have to be compelling first.
Okay.
The story have to like have impact. Like I said, I always want my films to have impact when people watch them.
Do you also look at originality?
Yes, why not?
Okay.
I look at it like if you watch Alive.
I think she does, because if you watch Alive, it looks so real.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know why I'm saying this, because we've seen films that, well, maybe for instance, you have Alive. The story. Somebody else will not give it another title, but it's the same story, but it has a different title. That's why I talked about originality.
Yes. Look out for it. Like I'm working with the director, Kelly Presh.
Okay.
He's a medical doctor.
Okay, he was on that directed this year. I saw it.
He's a medical doctor. He's also the EP of the job.
Okay.
So he did school here. He schooled abroad. So his mindset towards film is different.
Okay.
So when he too wants all his movies to have impact, so we came like he wants, when people watch his movies, they should be able to see mental health.
Oh, okay.
You know, so that was why, like I said, Alive, when we were praying for Alive, this movie, we had to put in mental health. We had to put in the happenings in our society currently. If we are all conversant with the news of organ harvesting.
Yes.
So we tend to bring all those things in. But the original story, you know, has to do with a man that met a ghost that the ghost wanted him to marry the sister, all of that. They dated and you know, all of that. So, you know, the man in real life, the man went for deliverance and the ghost backed off. But we made it look like, you know, we just add a little fiction to it and all of that. So yeah, we look out for originality. It's very, very important.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now this movie, let's talk about this movie. Okay. You said it's based on true life stories.
Yeah.
How many movies have you produced?
Okay, well, after I left Actflix, I produced a couple of, let's say, 3 movies in Actflix. But you know, when you work with a film company, your name wouldn't be there as a producer. It's Actflix name that would be there, the company name. So when I left there, this is my second film that I'm producing. The other one is not out yet, Rising from the Ashes. We produced it for, actually did a documentary, produced it for Naseni.
So now, still talking about your movies.
Yeah.
I know it's not an easy task to produce a movie. Do you get your sponsorship from somewhere, companies, NGOs, or it's your personal money you use?
Okay,
and do you pay your actors well?
Yes, why not? Like I said, I'm one person that I have seen hell in the industry. I must confess, I've seen hell. So the first thing that comes to mind is I will always tell my actors that I would never treat any of you like the way I was treated in the industry. I wasn't really treated with respect. There are times where you go to some set, they won't even feed you. At the end of the day, when you finish, they just give you peanuts. And then you know you are bigger than this peanut, but you just have to take it. And you still respect.
I ran away too. I was once there. So all these things you're telling me?
It's not new. So yeah. So well, I feel my heart was wet too. Like being a startup, I know I'm trying. I'm sure if you interview 1 or 2 of them, they'll tell you that I'm doing a good job. It's not easy. This movie, Alive, was sponsored by Kelly Presh. She's the EP of the movie. Yeah, so we've not started getting investors, but we're looking forward to getting investors as time goes on.
Okay, let's look at some of your memorable experiences while producing a film. Is there anyone you can just remember that I say, wow, this happened while
a lot. But I must say, like one of my actors that is also an upcomer, something happened. She's more or less like my friend. So I kind of invited her because I met her on the set where I had to back up from the set because I was introduced to help the crew and also to act in it. But the man wasn't going to play actors well, so I was against it. And I backed up from the project. And so I met her there, I saw her passion and all of that. I'm like, okay, I reached out to this lady to be part of my own project. So when I reached out, I thought I was, doing something nice. So when she came, first day, that she was supposed to be on, and she kept us waiting from morning till evening.
Is she a popular actress?
She's not.
Because as of most
Yeah,
yes.
but this one is so painful because she's not popular.
Okay.
So she kept us waiting from morning till evening. I was already pissed. I was going to double cast. My director was like, calm down, because he's a very patient person. Thank God for him. I was like, okay. When she came, she didn't even walk up to me to say so. She just waited and passed. I was like, I snubbed her. Then the next day, I had forgiven her. We were just joking. I was like calling her star girl, celebrity. She was like, see this girl, you think that your film will make me blue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, me too. I jokingly asked my crew members, do you know Jennifer before? They were like, no, it was this set. You know, she got angry that she's not shooting again.
Wow.
She went to sit in the room and she was like, she's upset. I'm like, I've never seen this kind of
And of
thing
course,
before.
somebody
Like,
you're trying to.
because if I was given this opportunity, like I am giving it out like this, I don't think I would be where
Yes,
I am
you
right now.
embrace it like
I would have been
yes.
very, very.
Wow.
I even like your zeal for not giving up.
Yes.
Some of us gave up and ran away from the movie industry. So just before we go,
Yes.
there are so many youths out there watching you who also aspire to be like you someday.
So you have
What word of advice do you have for them?
And also producers, young producers, that you have passed through, you've weathered the storm.
Yeah.
Those who are still in the storm that have not weathered, what do you have to say?
Well, I always say that first, I won't take God out of the equation, because I'm one person that I don't joke with spirituality. Everything I am or I am becoming, I owe it to God. So every time I always spell out my dreams to God, I always tell him, this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is how I want it. This is how I want it. As a matter of fact, me becoming a producer on my own right now,
Wow.
I didn't foresaw it coming. I didn't even see it coming. I know I prayed about it, but I didn't know it was going to come this early. So, well, I'll just advise them that don't give up on your dream. Just don't give up. Just trust God and look forward to these dreams you have, and you will bet it. Just only a matter of time. Don't just give up.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank
This
you
has
so
been
much.
great. I'm sure you've been able to encourage so many people out there who watched you.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you miss this interview, I think you should look for this interview and watch it again.
Yes.
Thank you so
and also
much.
watch her movie.
Yeah.
Alive. Go and see Alive. It's awesome.
Thank you so much, Celestine, for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you.